Dodes'ka-den, 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 Dodes'ka-den. It is of this title, Dodes'ka-den, that we commence the colour era of Kurosawa, my favourite of the two eras if we were to divide his oeuvre into two segments. The material in this film reminds one of Kurosawa's earlier The Lower Depths, adapted from Maxim Gorky's early 20th century play, although it was based on a later text, A City Without Seasons by Shugoro Yamamoto, published in 1962. One of the more interesting observations about this picture is how it reflects the influence of the Japanese New Wave on Kurosawa's developing aesthetics. This is especially true where the more colour-excited of the New Wave were concerned. One wonders if it inspired works from Shuji Terayama or Masahiro Shinoda to up the ante. As you can tell in the presented screen caps, Dodes'ka-den is one of Kurosawa's most visually assertive films, and from a directorial standpoint is a work of genius, even if one was not able to admire its dramatic proceedings. I can rather easily imagine the misgivings that this film could trivialize or overly romanticize the notion of a low-income, poverty-stricken material existence. However, I am not totally convinced that the film is guilty of this. I feel as though had the film attempted to add emphasis on its moral core, it would be guilty of being didactic and possibly condescending to an audience that can quite cogently identify the horrifying actions or tragedies on display during the film as material not intended to be lighthearted, humorous, or otherwise trivial, absolutely whatsoever. Aside from the two Shakespeare films, Throne of Blood and Bad Sleep Well, Dodes'ka-den is my favourite thus far of Kurosawa's films. Now, even when the rest of the colour era is considered, I do completely adore this film, even if it may be the weakest of the 7 colour fictional features, or at least at a tie with another ever slightly unsung masterpiece known as Rhapsody in August. This is how much affection I have for the colour era of Kurosawa's filmography. This is what most impresses me about his legendary body of work. If you haven't seen Dodes'ka-den, assuming it might be slightly lesser Kurosawa, I feel you have been given a completely wrong impression. This is one of the best ones as far as AOD is concerned, one of the most moving, visceral, filmic masterpieces of the Kurosawa oeuvre.